Throughout the Garrison killing plot, Cody Brown, star of Sister Wives, has been the target of numerous criticisms. He was criticized by several fans for wanting to memorialize Garrison now that he is no longer with him, and for making everything about himself after his kid passed away. Cody experienced several emotional breakdowns. However, some fans appear to feel sorry for Cody to find out why continue reading Sister Wives when Garrison dies. Cody Brown receives criticism. The Brown family reunited in Wyoming for Garrison's last resting place in the most recent episode of season 19. However, Cody came under fire after it appeared like he and Robin were on a little family vacation in Wyoming. When Cody took his family outdoors, some Sister Wives viewers saw that it appeared he had left Garrison's ashes in their car. Many viewers were upset when Cody simply discussed his signs from the trip. In addition to remembering his time with Garrison, do fans at last feel sorry for Cody on social media? Some fans talked about Sister Wives Season 19's last episode. The poster claims that Cody's separation from Janelle, Mary, and Christine left him feeling totally alone in his sorrow, which also had an impact on his relationships with his other children. In any case, the OP expressed sadness and added that since everyone lost a loved one, it is not a question of whether he deserves it. The poster went on to say that, although it was challenging to see Cody make an effort to remember some of the things he and Garrison had in common, it is indisputable that he was unable to remember the moments he spent with him. It hurts me that he keeps making these decisions at the graveside. Logan literally had his hand outstretched, and he blows him off. He refused to accept Logan's offer because he was too macho. It appears that he will maintain that bond with his surviving children. Cody's fantasy about his contribution to Garrison's service would have been tarnished if he had accepted an assist from Logan or even acknowledged his presence. Since Cody has never experienced love, he is unable to accept it. He is a depressed, pitiful, and heartbroken man. This episode simply demonstrated that he doesn't see the whole picture of what he has done and how with enough effort he may turn it around, while there is still time to do so. It's not like everyone has abandoned him, yet I think he is aware that they are blaming him. At this time, everyone was aware of it. It was obviously conveying a similar message, even when his brother was speaking. Even if what we can see on the screen is terrible, I can only image what went on behind the scenes. It's most likely a mess. Did Cody Brown miss Garrison's funeral, Sister Wives, at Garrison's memorial service? A source previously came forward with startling allegations. The insider claims that Janelle's family instructed Cody not to attend the funeral and that they did not want to record it. Nevertheless, Cody showed up anyhow, which made the service tense. The fact that the Sister Wives actress showed up with Robin and a film crew, in spite of everything Janelle's family had said, only made the situation worse. A number of pictures of Cody that showed him sitting next to Robin rather than his grieving wife and children also came to light. In any case, it can also be another sign that Cody was excluded from the funeral while he was grieving. What was Christine Brown's post-Wives Season 19 status? Since her appearance in Sister Wives Season 19, Christine Brown has accomplished a number of noteworthy accomplishments. Following her marriage to Cody Brown, she embraced his polygamous beliefs and encouraged his aspirations for a big brood. Cody and Christine had 6 children together, a son and 5 daughters. In 2010, Christine, her husband, and her 3 sister wives, Robin, Brown, Janelle, and Mary, made their reality TV debut. She has been a prominent character on the show ever since discussing her experiences as a sister wife in a polygamous family. Christine is still managing the pleasures and difficulties of her special family dynamic in Utah. Christine has launched a new rental property. David and Christine are collaborating to expand her business. After leaving Cody, Christine changed her life in a matter of months. She successfully made the switch to her new work as a social media influencer. After losing weight additionally, she resumed her dating life and met David Woolley. Christine fell in love with David's charisma. After a few dates, they were married in 2023 after she agreed to his proposal along with accomplishing her own objectives. Christine and her husband David launched additional rental properties, marking significant career accomplishments by gradually expanding her rental company empire. She changed her life. Christine revealed a significant update with David in April 2025. She shared a video of herself showing followers around her new Utah rental home, including the living room and kitchen. We're running a special at our Airbnb in Hurricane, Utah, and I'm so excited to share it with you," Christine said, expressing her wish to thank her followers by giving everyone who booked her house a complimentary additional night's stay. She continued, "Links to both Airbnb and VBO are in my profile. Christine and David have a good time with Truly David, and Christine are enjoying a happy and fulfilling marriage." David, Christine's new husband, has already shown himself to be a kind stepfather and a supportive spouse, even though Kody may not have been the finest husband to Christine and a loving father to their children. In May 2025, Christine shared adorable pictures with her readers and talked about their most recent vacation with David and her youngest kid. "Truly love having adventures with these two," Christine said, indicating that she was spending time with her spouse and child. "Make sure you scroll to see David's amazing video," she continued, encouraging followers to swipe in order to view David's video. David was captured on camera sprinting across Utah's Goblin Valley State Park. He looked upbeat and joyful. Christine's passion for her soulmate was evident. "Give him a heart emoji in the comments if you are impressed with his antelope impression," she continued. Christine seems to be content with her happy existence. She enjoys traveling and discovering new places. The Sister Wives cast member recently took a cruise to the Bahamas and France for her honeymoon. Christine's new book is now available. Christine has discovered a new way to express her feelings. Christine is concentrating on following her passions, just like her other sister wives, Mary and Janelle. Mary recently established her passion project, Worthy Up, while Janelle recently started an agricultural firm. Tata Farms' Christine has now found a new love for writing. She has pinned a book that describes her life and experiences. The cover of Christine's book, Sister Wife, A Memoir of Faith, Family, and Finding Freedom, was excitedly unveiled in March 2025. She said, "Guess what? We have a cover for my book now." The red outfit won by a landslide on the book cover. Christine was shown sitting tastefully in front of a gray wall. She was wearing a black dress, a red blazer, and minimal makeup. In the picture, she accessorized with necklaces and bracelets as well. Christine expressed her delight about revealing fresh information and revealed the book's release date. She announced that her book would go on sale in September 2025 and praised her publisher for making it possible, given the possibility of limited supply. Christine urged Sister Wives viewers to place their pre-orders as soon as possible. Christine might not be returning to season 20 of Sister Wives together. David and Christine lead a drama-free life for almost 15 years. Christine has been a part of the Sister Wives cast fans, therefore anticipate seeing her in upcoming seasons, but given her distance from her ex-husband Kody, it's probable that she won't be taking part in the next season. She wasn't given much attention in the most recent season of Sister Wives, whereas the previous season focused on her connection with David. Given her lack of involvement with Kody, Christine's sparse appearance on Sister Wives Season 19 raises the possibility that she will cease producing future seasons. Christine is happily married to David and has moved on from Kody in Utah, far from Kody's home. Christine and David are creating a lovely life. Despite her outspokenness, there isn't much drama in her plot. It wouldn't be shocking if Christine left the show because she isn't really excited about dealing with other cast members. Like Robin, Kody, and Mary, it's possible that Janelle and Mary will finally turn away from the drama, which could mean Sister Wives ends in the upcoming year. The burden of grief does not fall equally after a catastrophic loss for one parent. The storm of sadness brought with it not only grief, but also the roar of public condemnation. Viewers of the long-running family reality series witnessed an unraveling considerably more personal than any plot televised in history, as the winds of disaster rushed through the broken branches of a once unified household. Not only did a cherished son pass away, but legacy presence and the possibility of redemption, or the lack of it, had to be confronted. The most recent season of the family-focused documentary series transported viewers back to the peaceful Wyoming hills where family members came together to bid farewell to the young guy whose absence will never be forgotten. However, the gathering was characterized by stark divides. Even during that time of collective sorrow, once seen as the cornerstone of a plural partnership, the head of the family now seemed clearly uneasy and disengaged. Many saw the trip to Wyoming, which was supposed to be a serious and religious homage, as a clumsy, misguided attempt to bandage wounds that had been allowed to fester for a long time, when he was observed treating the trip more like a private getaway with his surviving companion than a serious family. Observance rumors and complaints broke out after videos showed him moving away from the holy urn containing his son's bones, as though the occasion were more about logistics. Then remembering rumors began to surface, and picture of a guy out of step with his pain and out of rhythm with those who shared it was reinforced by the one image that stuck in the minds of many viewers: him turning his back while others stood motionless in grieving and confessional-style interviews. His thoughts on the journey swiftly became introspective. The bereaved parent described sentiments and indicators he thought were messages from beyond, rather than concentrating on the legacy and spirit of the now-departed son. Even though these stories were very personal, many saw them as self-serving, as though he was avoiding facing the lived reality of lost ties. By turning to mysticism, the public reacted quickly and strongly. Condemnation erupted in online forums. Dejection, perplexity, and even anger were expressed by devoted viewers of the show, many of whom had previously identified with the father's difficult journey through a plural existence. They cited a pattern of behavior that lasted for years. In addition to the trip, they witnessed a guy so entrenched in his pride that even in his most vulnerable moments, he was unable to reach out. But in the backlash's undercurrent, an odd thing started to stir. A distinct feeling started to emerge as each episode revealed the unvarnished features of a father, by himself in his grief. Sadness for the man, not empathy or forgiveness, but a tired acknowledgement of a soul emptied by decisions that are now irrevocable. The burial moments were analyzed by viewers. One instance in particular generated a lot of discussion. The father looked aside as the oldest child stood solemnly by the grave arm, outstretched in a clear gesture of reconciliation. A surviving son reaching out in the midst of grief was not reciprocated. That moment began to represent a greater reality. Silence now reigned where there had been a chance for healing. There was refuge where a hug would have provided solace. One watcher wrote in an emotional thread, "He can't recognize love when it's in front of him." Furthermore, I doubt he ever mastered the art of giving it. That is the most depressing aspect. Others bemoaned the fact that the rift had not healed, despite unfathomable loss. They saw him search for purpose, searching through recollections for a moment when he had been nearer to the now-lost son. However, nothing came to light. No strong memories of laughter or late-night chatter. No memorable memories of camping vacations spent together, only pieces. And the pain of realizing that he had not known the deceased man well. The patriarch of the family talked about dreams visits, he called them, from the person who had passed away, in what some saw as one of the most illuminating parts of the show, dreams in which they exchanged words and silent forgiveness. These were gifts to him. Others saw them as another representation of escape, of turning to illusions for solace instead of confronting the living. Not everyone, however, was prepared to condemn, recognizing loss in all its fractured manifestations. Some voices in the digital audience called for patience. Thousands of people shared a post that said, "It's not about deserving sympathy. It's about realizing that suffering isn't always rational. Everybody lost a loved one, and he is included in that." However, reports whispered behind the screen revealed the most damaging information before the service even started. There was conflict according to those close to the family. According to reports, the bereaved mother's family members, feeling offended and protective, made a clear request that the father not go in a way that reality TV could not portray. They requested that the moment remain private, unguarded, and sacred. They disregarded the request. He showed up with a film team, hand in hand, with his other accomplice. It was instantly uncomfortable, in addition to pushing the limits of grieving. It solidified for many people that the man who had previously been the center of this family had turned into a symbol of intrusion. Soon later, pictures became viral on the internet. He sat next to his partner in them out of the center of the mourning circle. The mother of the infant did not grip his hand. Unlike his other sons, he did not kneel. He was almost like a visitor there, yet unwelcome. And maybe the cruelest truth of all was that he stood out in the dusk of grief, not because he was forced to leave, but rather because of 1,000 little decisions he took long before the one that was irrevocable. Those who observe from a distance are now forced to ponder what happens to a man who is unable to rejoin the group. He once led long after the cameras have stopped filming and the public's interest has diminished. Is it possible to learn humility through isolation? Is it possible for sadness to soften a previously hardened heart? Or has the gap between him and his children become too great to ever overcome, regardless of the response his tale has come, to represent something more profound? Maybe a reminder or a caution that being a father is a practice rather than a title, that love is a daily act rather than a pronouncement, and that when it's time to say goodbye, it's not just the words that are said out loud that count, but also the presence, the touch, and the readiness to be fully present. Because memory and the form of the void it leaves behind is all that is left when absence meets absence. Following the last episodes of the popular reality show, Christine's life has been characterized by significant change resiliency and a pursuit of personal fulfillment. Christine's journey from her early days entering the complex world of multiple marriage to now forging a bright new chapter away from the spotlight and traditional family relationships is an inspiring tale of development, self-discovery, and rekindled hope. Accepting an unusual family structure, Christine adopted a way of life that many consider unusual when she first joined forces with the family patriarch, a family structure based on shared commitments between one man and several women. This faith-based and tradition-based manner of life presented both difficult problems and a sense of community love, chaos, and the complex dynamics of co-parenting. Multiple households were all blended together as Christine and her partner expanded a family. With kids, viewers watched Christine balance the pleasures of parenting with the stress of preserving harmony and peace among multiple husbands. From the first time she appeared on television, it was never an easy journey. While living in the spotlight, she frequently had to deal with the emotional roller coaster of juggling sentiments of loyalty, envy, and personal ambition. Her appearance on the show over the years portrayed a lady who was trying to find her voice while dealing with the limitations of her particular family system. A courageous new direction following divorce, Christine found herself at a crossroads after ending the relationship that had dominated a large portion of her adult life. Instead of giving in to resentment or withdrawing from society, she welcomed the chance to reinvent herself. She changed not just how she looked, but also how she felt about herself in a comparatively short amount of time. This metamorphosis, the shedding of previous identities, and the emergence of new goals was intensely personal. Christine started creating a digital presence that represented her path and passions. As part of this renaissance, she made a name for herself as an influencer and attracted audiences who were keen to hear her genuine voice. She started sharing wellness advice, inspirational quotes, and glimpses into her changing lifestyle on social media. This endeavor gave her independence and a renewed sense of control, while also being creatively fulfilling and financially empowering. Reimagining partnership and love, one of the most astonishing aspects of Christine's journey has been her rediscovery of love. After years of negotiating a polygamous marriage, she discovered companionship in a partnership distinguished by mutual respect, similar goals, and emotional support in this new chapter. Her partner provided warmth and security by taking on the roles of a loving stepfather to her kids and a caring husband. A sincere commitment ceremony that celebrated fresh starts, rather than rehashing the past, marked the culmination of their union. They have pursued commercial endeavors together, particularly in the rental property industry, with properties located in scenic areas that draw tourists looking for unforgettable stays. What started out as a little investment grew into a flourishing business. This attitude of entrepreneurship, which combines ambition and love, has grown to be a pillar of their shared lives. In the spring of this year, Christine gave her fans a private video tour to take a look at one of these residences. She emphasized the warm interiors, highlighting the large living spaces intended for comfort and leisure, as well as the kitchen's welcoming atmosphere. She launched a unique deal that would allow guests to stay an additional night at no additional cost. As a thank you to her fans, this project demonstrated not only her astute business sense, but also her wish to build a sense of community among those who have closely followed her path. Savoring new experiences and family time, Christine still places a high value on being a mother. In spite of the turmoil in her background, she regularly posts sweet photos of herself with her youngest child and her husband, displaying a happy and adventurous family life that is different from what it used to be. Their travels highlight a mutual love of exploration and spending time together by taking them to beautiful natural areas and energetic cities. One very memorable excursion took place in a picturesque state park, renowned for its vast spaces and distinctive rock formations. Her partner's amusing impersonation of nature was captured on camera, adding humor and fun to the family's day. Christine's social media fans enthusiastically reacted, praising the couple's chemistry and the sincere joy that permeates their exchanges. Christine's life has been much enhanced by travel as well. She has taken leisurely cruises across warm waters and romantic vacations throughout Europe for the previous year. These encounters have been a welcome diversion from the inflexibility of her past existence, stimulating her imagination and expanding her understanding of the world outside of her former boundaries, writing a new chapter beyond her responsibilities. As a wife, mother, and businesswoman, Christine has turned to writing as a source of expression and comfort. She wrote a book that explores her faith family history and quest for emancipation because she was moved by the power of storytelling and wanted to share her viewpoint. The endeavor offered an opportunity to unravel years of intricacy development and healing, an emotional work of love. Thank you for watching.